अविनाशी तु तद्विद्धि येन सर्वम इदम ततम विनाशम अव्यस्यास्य न कश्चित कर्तुम अर्हति. Hello friends, this is the 17th shlok of the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and in today's video we will understand this shlok in detail. So let's first go over its meaning. So the shlok says Avinashi tu tad, which means that is indeed indestructible. Vidhi yen sarvam idam tatam, which means which has pervaded everything over here. Vinasham avyaya which means destruction of which na kashchit kartum arhati, which means nobody can do. So over here Sri Krishna is telling Arjun that you should understand that indestructible which has pervaded everything over here and whose destruction nobody can do. So this shlok is a little bit difficult to understand. As such, superficially speaking, one can say that Sri Krishna over here is just talking about God who is indestructible and who has pervaded this whole universe. But that is just a superficial statement. You have to really understand deeply to get this whole concept of God clarified. Then only you will be able to understand the teachings of Gita in a right manner. So basically what Sri Krishna is alluding to over here is Brahma, and you can understand it in a certain way. So in this universe you see that there is a lot of variation. You see rocks, mountains, you see rivers, trees, and things like that. So there is a lot of different things that you see around here. And when we look at all of these variations in this universe, we think that this universe is something physical in one sense, or we can see that there is incoherence or no unity. You can say that this universe is very variable in that sense, that there are different kind of things which are present in this universe. But you have to understand that in Indian tradition we are always pointed towards something which is present everywhere in this universe, as Sri Krishna is also saying over there, that which has pervaded everything. Vidhi yen sarvam idam tatam. So there is something which is pervading all of this variability. Unfortunately, we are not able to see that something common because it's so obvious. And since we are lost in this universe so much, we're fascinated by this universe so much that we completely miss that thing which is common. And that thing which is common is existence itself. I mean, in this universe, everything that is there exists. So that existence in itself is something which is common in everything. So you can say that this universe, everything exists. Now, if something exists, it has to come from something. It cannot just come from nothing. And so all of this universe actually must have come from something. It cannot have come from nothing. So you can see from that point of view itself that this, by the very fact that this universe exists, we can clearly see that there was never a time when there was nothing, and there will never be a time when there will be nothing, because something has to come from something. It cannot just come from nothing. So this clearly proves that existence is eternal. It has always been there and it will always be there. And so when Sri Krishna over here says that something is indestructible, avinashi tu tad, basically what he's saying is that this existence has existed since eternity and it cannot be really destroyed. Similarly, it cannot be really created. So it is eternal basically. Now, one of the most important things, and this is something that we are, that's something that I think a lot of people are confused about, and even current point of view of looking at world is not in coherence with it, is that for something to exist, there has to be someone who witnesses it. Without the witness, there cannot be existence. The existence can only happen when something is there. I mean, if you see something, then only that thing really exists. If nobody has seen anything, then does that thing exist or not is something which cannot be proven, and in that sense you can say that it cannot really exist. So existence in that sense depends on the observer, and that observer is something that we are. It's we, all of us, this humanity, all the animals, all the living beings that are there, they are the ones who observe this universe. And so that observer is the thing which brings the existence, which gives the existence its existence. So over here, what Sri Krishna is referring to is to that observer which is sitting inside all of us. It is that observer which has brought this existence into existence. And since existence is eternal and it cannot be destroyed, so the observer also cannot be destroyed. And it is the observer through which this whole universe actually derives its existence. So basically, that is the main idea which has been presented in this shlok. I hope that I have explained this idea well to you, because this is an idea which is very difficult to really grasp. But I hope that I have explained that to you. In general, you have to take a lot of time to really think about it, ponder over this idea to really grasp it. This is something which you cannot really be told like this. This is something that you have to realize through practice. So please do think about this shlok, reflect over it, and try to understand it. If you will understand this idea, then you will be able to grasp all the concepts of Indian philosophy in a much better manner. So I hope I have explained this shlok. I hope you have understood the idea. With that, I'll close this video. I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.